protection for each individual spirit.
Okay.
So it's got their favorite colors, or a Catholic equivalent, or an offering, something that represents them. So each one is dedicated to a different, let's say, Loa or spirit.
What's one of them? Where's the one with the Wolfman candle?
That's over at the Petro/Congo area over here.
Okay.
Oh, I might have had him over by the swamp stuff.
Okay.
She's filming me.
No, I'm not. I'm filming the thing.
Okay. Since the swamps and has all that, energy, you want to pro or con have it there because you want to bind the dark, keep it away from you. So acknowledge it, keep it away. So,
What's the Prince Albert one?
Loup-garou werewolf candle. It's really loup-garou.
Really?
And then different things. There's too many things going individually, but you've got to basically say the Rada spirits, the Congo spirits, including some New Orleans entities like Marie Laveau and things like that.
Where's Marie Laveau?
Learned Marie Laveau.
Oh, yeah, we kind of did.
Should have.
Yeah, we kind of learned Marie Laveau.
That one's there. That's got a little thing.
Oh,
Right?
this one?
Yeah, it's got like a thing of her tomb. It's got her statue. It's got dancing people. So that's probably a good focus for you.
We'll just have something to have to explain in class.
Wait a minute, I never heard of this. Marie Laveau.
You never heard of Marie Laveau? Tell
then
me about
you
Marie
shouldn't
Laveau.
be doing this project. Because Marie Laveau is the Hopess of Voodoo. She's born and raised in New Orleans. She was the biggest voodoo queen. And when someone of important status dies, they're elevated to like a patron saint. So patron saint equivalent in voodoo is Loa. So she's like a local protector of New Orleans voodoo and other people that are into voodoo. So she's a very important the most important, I guess, New Orleans aspect besides the river itself.
And what was this again?
Ancestral.
Ancestral.
So the top would be friends and family, specific things of them that have died for their protection, for their wisdom to watch over you. Below is the spirits of the ancestors and dead, the wisdom of all of them together. So there's a family of Loa that kind of are in charge of that aspect. So that's the spirits of the dead. In Catholicism, you would have Saint Gerard and a few others watching over. So they're like the wisdom of the ancestors. It's kind of like the Voodoo Grim Reapers, but funnier. They're funnier on one side. They're very serious and healers on another side, and they are the wisdom, but yet at the same time they're funny because they poke fun at humans' frailties, if that makes sense.
Are these like tricksters?
They're not exactly tricksters. They can be kind of tricksters, but not in the traditional trickster mode. More like what's your big fear of let's say if you have they can get kind of sexual basically, but they'll poke fun at your fears to make you look at them. So there's a wisdom within their jovialness, and they're kind of sexual, only because they like the fact that we can cheat death through procreation and sex. So they're also a protector of children. So they've got your human qualities. They'll make you look at or poke fun of, so that you have to. So there's a reason behind their frivolousness, and they're a big family. Baron Sandy, Baron Gennett, a lot of people.
I wish we could take down you.
And they keep growing because people keep dying. So they could be big, but there's like the ones in charge and then the families and this and that. But basically they're about history, because the ancestors are history. They're about healing because they like the fact that they don't want people to die before their time, especially children, so they're a protector of that. So it's just like in the Judaic faith that you might have to get the angel of death to pray so someone doesn't die. And what they do in Jewish is that they'll try to rename the person to trick them. To kind of thing. Now you don't have to trick them, you just plead with them like, please don't take this particular person, can we have the energy that's extra to come back. So they're incredible healers, but they're also trickster and not trickster, but jovial. So they're not like the solemn Grim Reaper walking and not saying a word. They've got a personality. So if that helps any. So there's families of spirits, not like in families like a regular family, but let's say certain ones that kind of do towards the same things kind of get grouped into families, and they seem to have like husbands and wives. So the families of the sea are like La Baline, La Sarine, and Agua. La Sarine is the mermaid. La Baline is like the whale and good fortune and travel, and Agua is kind of like Poseidon. So they kind of group together, you know. But an aspect of La Sarine is also Razuli, who is Mary, who is the feminine principle. So if you understand anything about exalted levels in the tree of life and things like that, you've got like Mary or Zuli of the waters, but then La Serene is of the deep sea, and Izan is of the heavens. So it's emanations of kind of the feminine principle in different ways. So there's a lot of different areas of things like that. There's the blacksmith Loas, who turned into also the warriors, and the diplomats, for all aspects of that are mixed together. There's Dambala Naida, we know the serpent in the rainbow, and which we call Donnie Blanc here in Dambala. And they're also healers because the snake is a symbol of healing, and in the caduceus and such like that. There's Le Grand Zombie. Le Grand Zombie, Le Grand Crocodile, those are very important in New Orleans voodoo. And so each little niche, you know, kind of represents with their Catholic equivalent and whatever else a different low upper spirit. And some of them are put into families. And the hoodoo is more the folk magic component of getting what you need. You need an A in this grade. You need a new car. You know, that kind of thing. And so I might make a little gree bag pouch, or I might make a doll to help you guide your way, not to poke pins and hurt you. Not Hollywood. So might make a love potion for you to wear, or a calming potion so that you can do better on your tests and not get distracted. It'll help ground you. So specific things for your needs would be more the folk magic component known as hoodoo. It's not hoodoo bad, hoodoo good. That's, you know, gross misinterpretation. The only thing that's good or bad is people's intentions, and that's human crap, not the religion. And
What if I wanted to use it to extinguish bad?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I do. I mean, all I do is exorcisms and banishings and cleansings and things like that. So take things, yeah. So it's whatever purpose it is, you're conjuring a spirit helper to help you in that particular mode, and you might carry that in the form of a little, like a medicine pouch, little bag to keep you grounded in that. So you kind of got an ally, a backup. You get like a guardian angel, a ascended master, a spirit guide.
But in terms of personal vengeance, I mean...
That's not suggested that you do anything to harm others. It definitely will come back at you. Not that people don't do it, but it's not like the teachings of voodoo. But humans, there's good priests and bad priests in every single religion, because that's human nature. It's not the religion that promotes or does that. So if you wanted vengeance, I would try to talk you into justice. And there's a fine line between the two. But for you to know, like if you know, most thing that people get crazy, you know, they want, you know, somebody's leaving them and they want vengeance on the other person. You know, it's like, don't focus on the other person. The more you focus on the other person, the more you're giving them your energy. Not like the other woman, the other man. Don't focus on that. Focus on the one you love. If you're splitting your energy worrying about the other shit, then that gives them more power. But people don't want to hear that. They want something done quick. But you got to try to go for the long haul. Quick fixes aren't going to do anything but, you know, immediate gratification. And then it doesn't last. So I'll try to talk you out of vengeance. Now, there's sometimes that vengeance/justice is important. Somebody murdered somebody, and somebody's unjustly accused. You want the right person, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's justice. You don't focus. You're just switching your focus on what you do want instead of what you don't want. You know, I had someone call me the other day, you know, like, oh, I was in love with this guy and went back with his ex, and, you know, I know he really loves me, I want her out of the picture. But they got a 2-year-old baby and this and that, and I know he doesn't love her, I know he loves me. It's like, no, you don't know anything. You know, you were a fling, and you know, it's like, no, won't do that, and plus you're focused. You want your lover back, and you want something that might harm his child, you know, break that off. That's not going to make him full. So to try to focus on the right thing, it's very hard to get people to understand that. You know, so yes, all that is what you do, and that's more the hoodoo part. And you can do that through a full ritual in the voodoo part by just saying, okay, you want, you know, you're doing a full ritual for a particular Loa that's in charge of that aspect, feeding them, asking them, dancing and singing for them, doing a whole ritual and just knowing the spirit will take care of it. Or you can have a little more focus, more folk magic part that you carry in your pocket that lets you know, hey, I'm not alone. So it's complementary. And in Africa, it's more like they have a talisman voodoo, which is making all the stuff. A deity voodoo, like all the Loas and spirits. And then an ancestral version, which is all the ancestors in your own family. Here it's kind of blended. Instead of saying, it kind of all intertwines like the river. Let me go see what's going
Ryan
on.
might be here.
Who's here?
Ryan's probably here.